What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.com,
and we just got out of the brand new Vin Diesel, The
Dwayne
Rock,
Johnson,
Jason Statham, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, Tyrese,
Helen Mirren,
Eastwood,
Scott Eastwood, Charlize Theron.
The Fate of the Furious.
The Fate of the Furious, the 8th installment in the very overlong, unnecessary franchise.
Very necessary.
As
very
the
necessary.
Fast, the Furious. You know, as you know, going into this, I was able to get a sneak peek of this movie, but don't worry, that's not the movie that I reviewed. I saw it again for the second time because, you know, I didn't know if
it's fresh.
It would be changed or different.
And you're with me, bruh.
Yeah, and there's no reviews of movies we watch at CinemaCon, so this is of my second viewing. Going into this movie, I couldn't have any lower expectations. I'm not a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. I don't think there's one movie that I think is really, really worth watching and like owning. Like, I don't own any of the Fast and Furious movies. I don't care to watch any of the Fast and Furious movies. But we were talking about last week, like I couldn't even remember what some of them were about. You know, and then especially with the loss of Paul Walker and everything like that, you're just kind of like, where do you go from here in this new version? But you have Charlize Theron, you have some other interesting players in this edition. So I'm curious, what did Mr. Hsu think about it? And Mr. Hsu, I think, has liked every Fast and Furious.
There has been one Fast and the Furious I did not like, and I'm very sad to say.
Even though we couldn't figure out what 6 was about last week.
But I've enjoyed every single one of them, bro.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the streak continues because I enjoyed this one also.
Yeah.
Over the top, ridiculous, silly. I was laughing.
Not even over the top. Over the top is an understatement.
Yeah. It's the physics don't exist.
This is a superhero movie.
Yeah, physics don't exist. They are. Vin Diesel is a superhero. He can do anything he wants
except act.
But you know what? You know, as long as you're not going into this movie expecting an Oscar win, and you like this Fast and Furious movies, you're gonna love it. It's a lot of fun. It's just fun.
As far as positives, I will say I think this is the best Fast and the Furious movie since 5. I don't remember, like I said, I couldn't even tell you what 6 is about, so I mean, that movie obviously is out. 7, I only really remember The Rock and Jason Statham's fight sequence at the very beginning in the office, and then I remember the ending, which I thought was a really nice touch, but obviously our emotions are already, you know, manipulated in that. Well, not manipulated, but already invested in that. But I thought this movie definitely had a really, really strong element that the other ones didn't have, that really kind of carried this movie, and Charlize Theron. I mean, she really, really helped this movie become something else, and I think that The Rock also played a really, really big part. I think, I mean, to me,
Jason Statham was awesome.
Yeah, the two scenes are the best. I think the best scene of the entire movie is the action sequence in the jail. And even though that is crazy outlandish, and you have The Rock literally just like sliding, hitting a gate, jumping out, you know, I mean, it's out there, but The Rock is really, and Jason Statham are both really such believable action figures that you're just watching them, you're just like so entertained by them. Overall, like, there is a lot of bad stuff in there.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And a lot of cheese.
A lot. You have to really... This is
the whole
kind of...
the baby sequence, my gosh.
Like, this reminds me... I was watching this movie...
Gosh.
And then, especially... No... What?
I just said
you
baby
mean the airplane sequence.
That's all I said.
This definitely reminded me, like, watching Escape from L.A. Right now, Escape from New York, because Escape from New York is pretty cool. Escape from L.A., Kurt Russell, obviously, because I saw him watching this, you know. Like, where, like, he's surfing on lava, and, you know, in that movie, you kind of just accept that when you first see it, and then you kind of think back, and you're like, oh, wow, this movie's kind of really, really ridiculous. And this movie is exactly that. And I think I'm glad that they're at least embracing that this movie is in no way reality-based, kind of that original Fast and Furious, but this, you know, under this kind of art of racing. But at the same time, like, you're just kind of getting crazier and crazier, right? Like, we have nuclear codes, we have the end of the world, we have, you know, this is the top notch. Like, where do you go with 9 and 10? I mean, 10 has to be the Fate of Furious in space, you know?
Well, they
like,
said, the producer said they're open to going to space.
Yeah.
And so I really believe, like, they're gonna have to go off the grid, and the only way is you go to space.
I mean, yeah, so if you were a person that watched 7 and 6, and you're like, okay, Dom Toretto kicking the floor and being able to shatter the ground in 7 is too much for me, then this movie is not going to be something you really enjoy. It's kind of just filled with all that. I mean, you have cars driving, thousands of cars driving themselves. You have a man who is strong enough to, with just maybe an inch or two like that, fly a door off of a vehicle. You have submarines. You have, like I said, I mean, it's just really, really out there.
My buddy's sitting next to me. He's like, "Is this a cartoon?"
Yeah, it's definitely that is a very, very good description. I thought
live action cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I could really say. Like, do I think this movie has the most entertainment value of the last couple? Yes. If I was on, do I need to turn it off? Is it so bad and not worth watching? No. But to me, it's another just installment in this franchise that just needs to admit that it's a superhero. You know, this is the knockoff superhero franchise.
You know what the beauty of it is? This is like your favorite one since 5. You know what the beauty of that statement is?
What?
There's still 2 more.
There's still 2 more.
And at least it's not bad. At least you're not saying that it went downhill.
That's true. You know, I mean, but what we've learned through Fast and Furious is that it is a very bumpy road. We go up and down a lot. So we're up here, and there's nowhere place down to go. But
I don't know, man.
Maybe
every one's doom doom doom.
No, I don't think so. Like I would say 5.
I think so, and the
5, 6,
I think
7.
so, and the box office agrees.
Well, okay, but people are going to go see it, so no matter what, like people are going to keep going to see it. You can't really measure the quality of those.
That's the only way Universal looks at it, my friend.
No, that's fine. But
the only way.
But as this being a movie review, that makes no difference here. So I mean, but like as far as quality, you have 5, you have 6, you have 7, then you have 8.
Nah.
So it's definitely possible.
No.
Come on, you couldn't even remember what 6 was about. You can't say that was a good movie.
I can't tell you even what Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 are about.
Oh, that's a shame. It's basically about this young man who finds his family.
Yeah, I can't even tell you what those are about, but I still like episode 7.
But you could quote probably word for word, like Moana, Zootopia, you know, these movies that you watch over and over again. You don't think that that makes a difference in a movie? If you could literally forget it, not watch it again, don't remember anything about it, but then you have movies that you could watch on instant. Like how many times did you watch Logan these past couple weeks?
The movie or the trailer?
Oh, you just watched it in the trailer.
Yeah.
What movies do you have like like Mad Max Fury Road? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
You're damn right you do, because that's a movie. But this is fine. People who like Fast and Furious aren't going to be like, you know what? I've all of a sudden figured out that these movies have no content. Let me not be a fan anymore. I mean, people are going to continue to be a fan of it, but
it's like 3 in the morning. He's in a bad mood. You know
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. Like I said, I even tweeted out, you know, I mean, I thought this is one of the better ones, and I thought this was, you know, at least somewhat gatherable, but at the same time, like, especially looking at it a second time, I mean, there's so much cringe in here, man. There's just, Vin Diesel's not good. And like that, like just watching him in this movie and these random screaming moments to show that he's really serious is just like, oh.
The tear.
Yeah, like I mean, I guarantee you producers are just like, man, why couldn't we have just started with The Rock? Because then this whole franchise would be completely different. And I'm glad The Rock's part of it. I don't know, is The Rock going to be a part of the next 2 with all this fluff going on?
Well, at the ending, that was a little shocking to me.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Well, I won't say what it is, but that was shocking to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Are you like saying you're out? But I don't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, is he contracted for 8, 9, and 10?
I don't think that matters because I think money will talk. You know, you pay the guy, people want him. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be a huge. If they lose The Rock, oh my God. Like, I think that would be.
Well, that's what my thought was. Like, when I heard that, and I was like, oh, okay. And especially with everything now, where we actually like kind of took it and really looked at it, they don't share a shot in the movie. They are in scenes where they're in the same space, but definitely do not need to be. They're never like in front of the camera together.
Do you think that was on purpose though?
I don't know if it was on purpose, but like,
because it's not like they can't just rewrite an entire movie
because of that. Yeah,
yeah, they can't do that.
But at the same time, and no, I agree with you, because I'm like, and plus, wasn't there beef like midway through production?
Yes, it was like midway.
But it is strange that they aren't.
That's very weird.
I mean, you know, maybe there was, you know, and he did in The Rock to pull back a little bit. He did say male co-stars. Like he never just said Vin Diesel. Like he did say plural, but obviously he was mostly calling out Vin. But I mean, with all that, and him having this controversy, and them literally keeping them away from each other. Press right. Cinema I said Rock came on Monday, Rock came on Tuesday, Rock didn't show up on Wednesday when they did Fate and Furious. That's a bit weird. That in the fact that he was still in town shooting ballers.
Maybe he is pulling away.
I mean, well, they definitely wanted to keep him away. They definitely wanted to keep
from the franchise. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'd be sad.
I would be really upset too because I think he's one of the strongest elements. But we're kind of getting off topic there.
But I will throw this in real quick. I thought, and this is no disrespect to Eastwood, I thought his character was completely useless. Completely. I saw no point of even that character existing.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
But I mean, like we could kind of. I mean,
we already have Tyrese. We don't need another. Tyrese can be funny without him.
Well, Scott.
Oh, and you know what the producers say? Han will be back in 8.
Ooh.
Not confirmed. That's not confirmed, but they said he'll be.
9.
But
They're
see,
all
like,
saying he
but-
or
but-
9. I'm sorry,
But
9.
to go off that, like Scotty, like whose character really is necessary?
Well, see, you don't like the movie though.
No, but I'm saying like, literally like what is Tyrese's role besides comedic relief?
No, but that's what he does.
Yeah, I know, but
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. I don't need another one.
But Scott Eastwood isn't really comedy relief.
Who was that then?
He's taking the lead to put these teams on
He
missions.
played it like an idiot
He's
to me.
replacing his Kurt Russell. He's a newbie taking over for Kurt Russell because Kurt Russell.
If they thought that was the new Paul Walker, they're tripping. The new Paul
Maybe.
Walker in this series to me would be Jason Statham.
yeah,
Meaning the next character.
and then
to-
we also have Jason Statham's brother, whose name.
Oh, I didn't know he was in Luke Evans. I didn't
Yes.
know Luke Evans was in the movie.
Which is a spoiler too. We're kind of giving
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
sorry.
away. we'll do a little We'll do a little visual.
No, I probably won't.
Yeah, probably not. I know you will.
I would have to literally watch this video and look for no. I mean, unless Ken tells me where is it? Where are we at?
About 11 minutes.
Okay, well I guess
Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I mean that was kind of a cool surprise. Helen, I mean,
The Helen Mirren one I knew.
yeah, all that was, and then I thought probably the nicest cameo was from the two brothers from 5.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
You know, but what was your favorite part? What was your favorite scene?
It's probably just bad asking me like on the spot. I don't know.
You already forgot.
No, I like.
Like, did you like the first race?
Yeah, that
'Cause I
was
didn't
really
like the
good.
first race.
That was really good.
I think the jail sequence.
That girl, they basically showed her entire butt.
Yeah.
I know everyone here knows.
line girl.
Yes, the line girl. Yes,
starting
everyone
line girl.
knows. Set go. I was like, whoa.
that earned a bunch of stars on shoes already.
Holy moly.
First 3 minutes they got 5 stars out of shoe.
And me.
Kent. Yeah, so I mean it's
No, but everyone saw. I mean, jeez. Like they weren't even trying to like.
Did you feel like anything was too over the top? Did you think anything was
No,
asking
a
you
lot
too
of it was
much?
over the top. Yes.
But like no, well you're like, oh man, come on. Like
maybe the baby.
were
scene.
you rejected?
For me, I didn't care for that whole baby sequence.
Yeah.
You know, because like Owen Shaw, what's Jason Statham's? Whatever
I think-
Shaw.
yeah.
Whatever Shaw. He's like so hardcore, and then all of a sudden he just turned into this like. That was cheesy as like nacho cheese.
Yeah.
And then the other part where the Rock is the coach, really just cheese, just
Oh,
a
I
lot
like
of
that
cheese.
part, though.
Lot of cheese.
That's-
And where he's rocking the under.
That's Gouda.
He got like 5. He got 5 minutes of Under
Yeah, that's
Armour
Gouda
in.
cheese, exactly.
cheese.
Huh?
Right? He got 5 minutes of Under Armour in.
Yeah.
That's what he's rocking the whole
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
time
yeah,
while he's
yeah.
training him. No, yeah, that whole airplane sequence is pretty interesting because it's really awesome in one element, and then like they go to the point where it's not even just like he's carrying this package. He's literally like interacting with this that can interact with him and like understand and is like communicating with him. You're like, oh man, this is a whole other level. But
Oh, and then I hated how. Oh, I did hate this. I hated how they killed Thor's wife. I don't know her real name. Chris Hemsworth's wife.
oh, okay,
I hated that.
yeah, just not a fan.
No, she don't deserve to die. Just like when they killed Wonder Woman, I was just like, oh, why?
She's not dead.
Well, I hope
Never
she's
know.
not dead. It's
You
Fast
never
and
know.
Furious.
In this franchise, you don't ever know. Anyway, I'm sure you'll see this.
What's going on next week? Like nothing, huh?
No, I think next week there's smaller like random releases. Like I think we have Free Fire next week. I'm pretty sure The Promise
Oh,
is next
the
week.
one with Katherine Heigl, the Revenge.
Oh yeah, that one movie that they made like 6 times already.
Mhm. There's that one.
Unforgettable.
But
Yeah, it's
probably
unforgettable 'cause
it
it'll
will
probably be forgettable.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So 7 days later, we'll be back at here AMC, Chasing Cinema, Twitter, Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook, all that good stuff, and
The Atomic Blonde trailer, if you've not seen it.
Charlize.
Easily my favorite, my most looking forward to movie.
ChasingCinema.com is known as.
Film Love's website.